Hi, I am Claire. Welcome back and welcome to my channel. For this week's video, I am going to be doing a cabin in The Sims 4. So I got this idea from my sister. I plan my videos like a month ahead, and so I have like a planner and it has like all of the video ideas I want to do for that month. And for this week's video, I just said small home, but I didn't really have like a style. And so my sister gave me the style of like cabin, and so that is where I got the idea for a cabin. And so we are making this into a tiny house. So this is like, I think 64 tiles. It says like right above the screen. It's a little small for me, but we are in the kitchen right now. So I am using a lot of the cottage living pack and a few things from the outdoor retreat pack, and then I can't remember if there's anything else. I think it's just those two plus the base game. And so we are just going to be going with a little bit more of a classic oven and a classic fridge, and so we don't really use a whole lot of bb.move objects. I would still suggest using that cheat before placing down this house, just so the lights don't disappear and so the landscaping doesn't disappear. I wanted to go for like kind of more, I guess, kind of rustic lamps and the ceiling, and so I went for this one lamp for like the whole entire house, and I think it looks pretty cool. And so now we're just figuring out upper cabinets and going to be adding a garbage can, just so you make sure you got all the things. I usually forget to add a garbage can, and I'm pretty sure I did not add an outdoor garbage can, so hopefully I remember before I put this on the gallery. And so you just saw me add a fire alarm, and I'm really proud of myself for adding a fire alarm because I usually forget to add a fire alarm, and so I just wanted to say that because I'm proud of myself. And so since this is a small space, the dining room is just kind of in the middle of the room, and so we are using the chairs from the outdoor retreat pack and just going to be adding a picture into this room. And it took me a minute to find like the pictures I wanted to add. I couldn't like find like one like, yes, I definitely want that in this room. So there's going to be a little bit of like picture finding in this video just because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to use. The same with the rugs, as we are now going to be going into the rugs. I wasn't really sure like how rustic I wanted to go with the rugs, and so I ended up going with this kind of more dainty little rug. And I'm just saying that it's like kind of like a family heirloom, or it's got like passed down from generation, or it was just like really cheap, and so the owners of this house were just like, oh sweet, we can use this rug until we get like what we really want. And so we are just going to be adding a rug into the front door. There isn't a back entrance into this house. The house is kind of placed a little bit further on back on the lot, and so I just didn't really feel like doing like a backyard, and so I just filled it in with trees. It's supposed to be like kind of like in the woods, but I wanted to build it in a base game world just because I wasn't really in the mood to build like a residential, or I was in the mood to build a residential, not so much a vacation home. And so we are now just in the bathroom, which is pretty small. This is definitely a 1 to 2 sim house, and so this bathroom just has everything you need. I don't really know what to say. I'm surprised I edited this. When I was editing this, I kept so much of this bathroom in, but now we are going to be going into the one and only bedroom in the house, and I decided to go with a Murphy bed, so this room can also be used for other things if you want. It is pretty small. I was trying to make this into like an office area, but you'll see in a minute it doesn't really work out as an office, and so I have to move the office into the dining room or into the kitchen area. And so now we are just doing what I just said. So back into the kitchen, or back into the bedroom, since we're now in the kitchen. So there is a dresser and just kind of simple stuff, basic stuff, just to add, for you to add things that you want to add, that your Sims are interested in. And so I did want to add the like typewriter computer into this house because I felt more, it fit more into this house, and I've never used it before, and so I'm like, oh, what a better opportunity. And so we are just going to be adding a little bit of decorations to make it feel like an office, not just a kitchen. And so now we are just going to be, I think, figuring out a rug, or we're going to be adding a picture, a window. And so I couldn't think of that word for a second, I'm sorry. And we actually do end up getting rid of that window to have a picture. Just, I thought it'd be like nice to have like all that natural lighting, in a way that doesn't really matter in The Sims, but I thought that would be kind of nice in a bedroom to have all these windows. But it, since it's a small space, you don't really need that many windows, and so we just end up having at one window and then one underneath or above the dresser, and then just trying to figure out what to put on that wall now. But this heart wood thing ends up more better by the door to the bedroom, and not like looking, if you're like in bed, you're like not looking at the heart straight on. And so now, like I said, this takes me a minute to figure out what pictures to add into the room. I wasn't sure like how woodsy I wanted to go, but this picture is pretty woodsy with the aspen trees. And so now we are just going to be getting close to the end of the video, just going to be adding some curtains into the windows, and I hope you enjoyed watching. If you want to play in this house, the information will be down in the description. My EA ID is crfaldmo. Next month I am planning to do only apartment, so please make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like apartments, and I hope to see you all next week for another video. Bye!